for page 6, that is our final page in the comic book and where the door has now swallowed Sam and we go elsewhere. So we got to start with the full black panel and silence. So there's normalcy returns and it's daytime and we're looking in somewhere a little bit different. We have a new person arrive carrying a box. They're excited. They're in a space that is all nice and clean and beautiful. Panel 4, as they move deeper, they notice the door. In panel 5, their kind of expression shifts. They're not terrified. They're just a little bit confused. And in our final panel, they kind of go towards the door, being like, I wonder what this is. So that's sort of what we are going to do in page 6. And something that has kind of shifted back and forth was, are we in the same apartment with the door? And we kind of decided maybe this door is in another place, another time. It's no longer in the 80s. It's in a different house. You can
Mhm.
tell that it's current day or not specifically in the same time to kind of give that feeling that it wasn't just this apartment and this door, that it is this kind of universe where this door can appear anywhere to anybody. And one of the things that we also had that was holding it together was this clock, right? Part of finding this door was having this clock in your possession that's connected to the door. And that was sort of how we were shifting on page 6 to the end of our story.
Right, exactly. So, number one, the door that's opening in panel one isn't the same door
Hmm.
that we have prior. So, but and just to be clear, it's also just a regular door. Uh, we're so that's the one thing you're gonna like. We'll make sure that that door is doesn't look like it's gonna be like a little bit of like I think it's gonna be like maybe a little bit confusing for the reader initially,
Hmm.
and that's purposeful.
Yep,
Like we want them to go, are we seeing Sam coming through the door here? Like what's going on here? Like
exactly.
what are we looking at? Right. So it'll be a little bit of a catch up for the audience to go, oh, wait a second. This is a new person. Is that even the same door from before? I don't think so. Right. So we're seeing like somebody turning on like a real close up of them turning on a light, or maybe they're pressing like a little button,
Hmm.
and so like the light kind of click and everything is on, right? So all of a sudden,
And I think even that too, because like we said, we want to be a little bit disorienting. Like, where am I? Did Sam walk through the door to the other side? Am I somewhere new? We don't immediately know that. But even just seeing the fact that the light is like a modern light, right? Like, it's not like the old style. It's like something that looks more current is already starting to make you question, wait, are we in the same place? Like, what's happening? And then as we get further out, you start to get more clues that this is not where we left you before.
exactly. Um, so there'll be another clue, which I think is going to be, we're going to have like the person with a cell phone, right? They're going to
Exactly.
actually have the cell phone, and so actually one of the things I'm thinking about here is, do we actually have them on their cell phone right away as they're, like, so maybe they're walking in, they've got like, like we
Mhm.
can see the clock being held here. So she's gonna have like the phone, she's talking,
Mhm.
right? I don't know. We haven't really discussed like what's being said here, I guess, exactly. But I'm imagining just so I may actually just because I want to make sure there is. I want to make sure there is a bit of space for, I guess, giving context to a little exposition of like, oh yeah, I just moved in. Place looks great. Yeah, I've got my grandmother's antique clock.
Mhm.
I'm looking for a spot to put it, and then now we're gonna have her, like putting it down, and that's when she's like, hold on a second,
Yeah. Wait a
right?
second. I don't remember that door. Well, and that's it too, because part of what we talked about as well is this: she doesn't have to have immediately moved in. Like, it is a more lived in space than Sam. And it could even be something like, yeah, I just bought this clock at a garage sale. They were practically giving it away and it's so cool. I can't wait to put it whatever. Right. And then she looks around and be like, wait. That's weird. I've lived here and that door was never there before kind of a feeling. Um, and it does to feel just kind of completely out of place, like what happened in the original, part of the story.
Yeah. I mean, that's gotta be really creepy to be
Oh,
like,
can you imagine?
you're like, you're looking over and going, "What the where did it am I in the right
Well,
apartment?"
that's
Like,
it. Then immediately your brain is like, "Hold on, I'm so disoriented. Like, where am I? Like, did I open the wrong door?" And it's like, all my stuff, not my door.
yeah. Yeah, that I mean, I can totally picture something like that where they're like, um, "Oh my god, I am I in the wrong apartment?"
Yeah, it's almost like
Right?
that's the
Like,
immediate, like, turn their head and it's like, "I gotta call you back." Like, "I gotta deal with this for a second," kind of a feeling. Because that would be the
yeah.
most unnerving thing possible to see something that out of place. Like, it's one thing if you're like, "I don't remember putting that down there." It's another thing to be like, "There was a completely new door that appeared in the hour I've been out of the house." That's weird.
What if, since we're obviously making this much more modern,
Mhm.
what if she's, like, actually videotaping it? Like, she's got her phone out going,
Yeah.
"Okay, this is weird, guys."
Yeah.
Right?
I think that's very much what you would the first thing people would do. I mean, you've seen those like online where somebody has shared like a thing where they've been like, I took out this wall and there's a secret passage behind whatever, right? Like that would be the immediate thing is like this feels like content. So yeah, I think that the next thing is her immediately being like, I just came home and that door was not there when I left. What is happening? Um, and then, of course, when she goes to open it and it won't open no matter what, that's when we know exactly what's about to happen to her.
Right. And also, I don't know if anybody would like, I don't know if I would start recording, but a person of a certain age would who's used to, like, recording every facet of their
Mhm.
life on film or on, film, on video, on
Yeah.
their phone, that they wouldn't think twice about it. They'd just be like, their natural thought to be like,
I
"What
gotta
the
just
heck?"
tell the like, photo or it didn't happen, right? Like, I gotta show somebody because what if I turn around and it's not there? Or, like, if it's actually in video, I can now go back and look at other videos of that room and see what was there before, right? It's almost like you need that visual reference nowadays. I feel like for many people, that would be your literal first instinct is, "I gotta hang up on this phone call so that I can get a video of what is happening in front of me."
Yeah, and maybe it's even like, seeing it through the video,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Like, we could have it in that way where, so I would have so you notice the panels again, they're kind of I actually probably make this one straight. So they're normal again, like
Mhm.
the panels
Yeah, because
are
everything is back to square one.
so yeah, I like that idea of it being like, you know, the beginning almost like what if I were thinking about this as like a horror movie, so like all the stuff that 6 pages that we or the 5 pages prior of this, it's like the beginning of a horror movie, just like
Mhm.
the precursor to it, and then all of a sudden now we're in modern time, and the person, they're having a conversation on the phone, talking to a friend or whatever about whatever,
Yeah.
and then they get into their house, and all of a sudden, there's now this door here, and it's like, what would be the thing that would come after that? Would their friend be like, we see this on the video and have that person kind of like, all disappear, like it becomes all jumbled or something, and then,
Well,
you
actually, what could
know,
be really neat is maybe as opposed to recording it to put it maybe it's like I FaceTime somebody and they're like, "I don't see a door. What are you talking about?" And you can
mm,
see it clearly, and the person that's she's like, "What do you mean you don't see a door? Like, I'm showing it to you." It's like, I just see the wall. And now you're like, what is happening? Because now my entire perception of reality is out there. Because that was kind of like what happened to Sam calling the landlord, being like, there's a door. It's like, there's no door. So now you're being like gaslit by everything around you. It's like, so am I completely losing it? Like I see it, but nobody else does. And I feel like that would
mhm,
be the most horrific thing ever. Because now not only are you seeing this in your space, but apparently you're the only buddy only person living in this particular version of the universe.
So my question for you then for this last panel, because initially I was, or what I was just thinking was we're going to see it through the
Mhm.
video. But if that's the case, that where the person we'd only be seeing it through the video because the person is turned who's on the other side of the video is turned towards it, they wouldn't see it. So I guess we wouldn't do that. Then we
So
would
what we
just
could
have
do is we have her holding the video, like the camera up. So if she's FaceTiming somebody, showing them the wall, and we could see possibly the door in the actual space, but on the phone, you just see a wall or whatever. And she's like, I don't see a door. So there's this
hmm,
creepy disconnect between like the realities of what the camera is picking up and what she's picking up.
right. So we would see through the camera, there'd be nothing there.
Yeah, it would just be, and she'd be like, you could hear her being like, "Do you see the door?" And then, like, the voice coming through the phone being like, "I just see a wall. What are you talking about?" And then it's like,
So would we actually see them in the like, what would we see? I guess if we're looking over their
so
shoulder, like over
we wouldn't see our character, right? Because 'Cause she's got her camera turned around. So we might see, like, a little picture of a person's face on there that she's FaceTiming with, but we what would be her camera view would be the wall behind her as opposed to her. Yeah, like, the person she's talking to, you would see their, like, little screen, and then it would just be like a beige wall or a green wall or whatever we decide to have the room. She can't see the door on camera, but the woman whose house it is can see the door in the space, but the camera can't see it.
right. So we wouldn't actually, yeah, we wouldn't then see the person. We may see them in a little corner
Exactly. You
there,
would just see like a little like that they're FaceTiming with somebody, like exactly, just teeny tiny.
right? But then there would be
hmm The door in reality, but the door isn't on camera.
mhm. So let's see how I can do this so that 'cause I want to make it so that we can actually see the person opening, like,
Like putting her hand on it.
yeah, it's interesting.
Just added another layer to the mystique of the door.
Yeah, really. So yeah, we'd see. I like this kind of angle, but
Yeah.
we just don't know whether it's going to open or not. I guess at this point.
Exactly. At this point, we cut to black. We don't know what happens beyond this other than the fact that there's something obviously off about it because she is the only person who can see this door, similar to how Sam was basically told he's nuts. Nobody, there's no door there that doesn't exist. The same thing's happening.
Right. So yeah, I mean, the next, if this would be the last panel on page 6, we would in
Mhm.
page 7 would either be in complete black or,
Or back
and
to going now through the whole like what is happening and her researching this door, right? And again, like you said, like if this was a horror movie, that it's almost like the opening sequence was the Sam story quickly. Then we go to her, and now it's like the bigger version of it, making her lose her mind as she's researching it in modern times and maybe learning the history of it and the clock and the this and that. That Sam never got that far.
yeah, yeah. So okay, well, I think we've finished.
Yes, we
Um,
finished our refined thumbnails, which means we'll be moving on to another phase in the next episode. So thank you for watching us go through these, and we will catch you on the next one.